How'd you kind of get your foot in the door? How has that kind of shaped you as a director?
Back in the 70s, the porn business was really mainstream.
Yeah.
It was being shot 35 millimeter, often with crews that worked on regular low-budget movies, and so there wasn't the stigma to working on adult movies in that period. The porn business was really a tremendous learning ground because I got to work with 35 millimeter and work with all the equipment, the same equipment that I later used on my feature films. The period that most shaped my filmmaking was when I was in my mid-teens and I was going to 42nd Street quite a bit.
Yeah.
Which at the time had about 9 cinemas, all within one block, showing double features around the clock, and I was able to see a lot of the European exploitation films that really had a tremendous impact on me.
Any specific directors or features that you kind of remember as having more of an impact?
Sergio Leone, Dario Argento, Mario Bava. These are the people that I really, I just love their movies. And American directors like John Frankenheimer. I think about movies that I've seen of his that had a tremendous impact. It was a great period in the late 60s, early 70s. It was a great filmmaking period. There was some wonderful movies made during that period. It was, The Wild Bunch. I mean, I think about all these movies. They were just tremendously influential.
Tell me about the initial kind of reaction from general moviegoers at the time that Maniac was released and people were kind of getting out there to see it.
Maniac had an immediate impact with audiences around the world. The film was initially released in Europe before it was released in the States. And so I got to see some reactions from audiences in places like Germany and Spain and in Italy. And when it eventually got released in the States, it was very successful film. And we had an audience that's remained to this day. I mean, the film continues to be, a crowd pleaser for horror fans.
So how did you get Tom Savini involved doing the special effects?
Savini was at first I had seen Dawn of the Dead before it was released and was blown away by the special makeup effects in it. And so when we set out to do Maniac, I knew I wanted him on board. I located him. He was doing Friday the 13th in New Jersey, and we went down to New Jersey and talked him into doing the picture.
There is talks about a remake of Maniac.
Yes.
So how do you feel about that? And I mean, how do you feel about the people that are going to be involved in that if it actually happens?
It's under option right now, so it isn't. We don't have a confirmed start date.
Yeah.
And the people that were involved with, I'm very happy about. I mean, they're a really great group of people. Quality filmmakers, quality producer, I think that if anybody would do a great job, it would be them.
So how did you get involved with, Blue Underground, things like that? How did you?
Well, I started Blue Underground.
Yeah.
I was acquiring and producing DVDs for Anchor Bay, and there was a period when Anchor Bay's future was uncertain. And so myself and my employees decided we're going to start doing this ourselves because we don't know how much longer we can rely on Anchor Bay, and that began Blue Underground in 2002. Well, actually, we started the company in 2001, but our first release was in 2002.
Okay, and where do you hope to take the company?
It really depends on the economy.
Yeah.
You know, it's right now we're just trying to keep our heads above water, while it's been a difficult couple of years.
Yeah, definitely.
And so that's really where it's at right now. I kind of look at each day and assess where we're going to go.
What we're doing here at the Plaza is basically, like, Brendan's obviously doing a kind of a screening to represent the whole 30th anniversary of Maniac. So have you heard anything from anybody else that plan to do a similar thing?
It will be shown in the States in 30 theaters during November, December, and January.
Okay, and are you planning on attending any of the screenings? Or
I'm confirmed to attend the New York, Los Angeles, and San Francisco screenings.
So how do you feel about being involved in something so low-key compared to, going to bigger festivals and things like that?
Here's the way I look at it. One of the joys of being in this business is traveling around the world, meeting and making new friends, and seeing places that I've never seen before. The way I look at it is but for Maniac, I never would have been to Calgary. And it's fun.
It's been really great interviewing you.
It's a
Thank
pleasure.
you very much.